What's up, Taiwan? I'm Joyce, coming to you from Taipei with the latest news. The military has spotted more than 30 Chinese warplanes flying around the country. 16 of the planes, including 10 fighter jets and 1 helicopter, breached Taiwan's Air Defense Zone, or ADIZ. Taiwan's military says it has deployed planes and Navy ships to monitor the activity. President Tsai has said that a free and open Indo-Pacific is a shared goal, while meeting with visiting lawmakers from Australia.
共同守护自由开放的印太地区是台湾和澳洲共同的目标。我相信在各位贵宾的支持下，我们双方将开创更丰硕的合作成果。
Tsai made the remarks during a meeting with the delegates in Taipei. She said she hopes that Australia can help Taiwan join a regional trade bloc known as the CPTPP. In 2021, both Taiwan and China applied to join the trade pact, but neither has been accepted. Beijing opposes Taiwan's inclusion. Compensation is on the way for victims of a fatal factory explosion in southern Taiwan. In addition to payouts for dead and injured workers, the factory's owners are promising money to the families of firefighters killed in the blast. But some say it's not enough. John Van Trieste reports.
9 dead, 1 missing, and 111 injured. That's the toll of the fire and explosion that ripped through this factory in southern Taiwan last week. The owners say they're working to offer compensation. There's around $15 million for dead and injured workers.
5亿元到底够不够用？我们也跟上海商银用一个开放性的。
And there's promises of money for firefighters and their families, too. 4 firefighters were among those killed. But some aren't happy with this settlement. News the factory had 30 times the permitted amount of flammable chemicals on site has angered firefighters, who feel lax oversight put their comrades' lives in danger. It's put new life into a push for a Firefighters Union. A union isn't possible under current laws, which class firefighters as civil servants. Officials say they're willing to consider letting firefighters form associations.
我们两院呢认为最好的方法就是尽速来修改公务员的学会法让专业的学会还有这个学会地方的学会呢也都能够成立。
But firefighters say that's just a watered-down version of what they really want: a union with the right to negotiate.
公务人员协会法完全是没办法回应到基层消防员现在的诉求，应该要立刻的来修改《公务人员安全及卫生防务办法》，那让基层的消防团体可以参与消防员职安政策相关的调整。
The National Association for Firefighters' Rights says it's going to give the cabinet a list of demands Thursday. These include a union and heavier penalties for factories that don't meet safety standards. It wants to make sure firefighters, who already risk their lives every day, don't do so needlessly. Alex Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
To find out more about what firefighters are seeking from the government, John Van Trieste spoke to Tseng from the National Association for Firefighters' Rights.
How long has your association been pushing for a union, and why do you think one is necessary?
就是10年来期间，我们都一直这样子的，希望我们可以就是成立一个工会，我们可以用工会的力量提出来我们需要什么，那我们就可以在正常的情况下去要到这些东西，而不是透过殉职，然后才能去跟行政院说，你看我今天有人殉职了，所以你们要拨多少钱来提供我们能力啊，提供我们装备啊。
A union means the possibility of strikes. Could this affect public safety?
香港也是有工会的。 他们也有曾经罢工过，但是他们有一个条款叫做最低的服务条款，就是必要服务条款，就是我们一样会提供救灾救护最低人力。
Your association plans to give the cabinet 3 demands on Thursday. What are they?
但是这个法令只保障劳工朋友，不保障公务人员。第二个是公安，明阳国际这间公司里面，它有储存超量的危险物品。 让我们知道他们到底存放了哪些东西，我们才可以在未来救灾的时候作为一个参考，而不是像这次一样就直接贸然的进去，而造成重大的伤亡。
Once again, that was John Van Trieste speaking to Tseng from the National Association for Firefighters' Rights. Work has started to tear down a Taipei apartment building that was damaged by nearby construction. The building partially collapsed in early September, It was one of several that were affected after excavation work at a construction site caused them to tilt or sink into the ground. The company deemed responsible for the damage, Tsai Properties, has agreed to help the people who were forced to evacuate their homes. Taipei's government says it is hoping to finish the demolition quickly, but is putting safety first. 3 more people have died after contracting dengue fever. This comes as Taiwan tackles one of the most severe outbreaks it's seen in years. Eric Gao has this report.
Exterminators in southern Taiwan ramp up mosquito control efforts. They're on the front line in the fight against the worst outbreak of dengue fever Taiwan has seen in almost a decade. Officials say 3 more people have died from the mosquito-borne disease, and cases have now passed 10,000.
在感染登革热之后，都是发生了这个意识状态变差，或者是说这个严重的腹泻这一些警示的征兆。
Health officials are reminding the public of important symptoms to look out for, especially in the southern city of Tainan, where the vast majority of cases have been found. But the spread of dengue fever is affecting people not just in Taiwan. Earlier this summer, the World Health Organization warned that cases around the world could near historical highs. That's mainly because global warming has created better breeding conditions for the mosquitoes that spread the disease.
Once a while, for a couple of years, there will be a big outbreak. And this year has happened to be this.
Bangladesh has seen its most deadly outbreak of dengue fever ever, adding pressure to its already strained healthcare system. Millions of cases have also been reported in the Americas, with 2023 on track to have one of the highest incident rates in over 40 years. Back in Taiwan, officials are advising people to wear light-colored clothing and use medical-grade repellent to avoid stings. They're also urging people to clean out stagnant water to try and stop mosquitoes from laying eggs. But analysts say keeping dengue fever at bay will be an ongoing battle, given changing climates.
The battle between human and mosquitoes, that's ongoing struggles, and then you cannot eliminate by any ways now.
For now, what officials can do to protect people is to get rid of as many of the mosquitoes as possible and to equip the public with the information and habits to keep the insects at bay. Chris Ma, Joyce Tseng, and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
In international news, the Philippines says it will keep fighting China's attempts to block it from a disputed shoal in the South China Sea. This comes shortly after Filipino divers removed a floating 300-meter barrier, which China had placed around the shoal, prompting Beijing to warn Manila not to, quote, provoke and cause trouble. The incident could further strain ties between the countries. China claims most of the South China Sea, and in recent years, its Coast Guard has clashed several times with ships from the Philippines and other Southeast Asian countries. North Korea's representative to the United Nations said that his country has no choice but to increase its defense capabilities. During his speech, Ambassador Kim Song accused the United States and South Korea of threatening the security of both his country and the wider region.
조선반도 정세를 실제적인 무력 충돌 상황으로 몰아가는 미국과 추종 세력들이 망동은 지역의 군사 정치 정세와 안전 구도에 돌이킬 수 없는 파괴적 영향을 미치고 있으며 현 정세는 조선민주주의 인민공화국으로 하여금 자기 스스로를 철통같이 방어하기 위한 자위력 강화를 더욱 가속화할 것을 절실히 요구하고 있습니다.
The ambassador's comments come amid rising tensions in the Korean peninsula. In the U.S. and South Korea fear that North Korea is working with Russia to develop its nuclear weapons program. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un visited Russia earlier this month to meet with President Vladimir Putin and inspect Russian military facilities. India says it is open to investigating the killing of a Sikh separatist, which has been at the center of the nation's diplomatic dispute with Canada. But India's foreign minister has also hit out at Canada, saying it is not a safe country.
You also have to appreciate, Ken, that in the last few years, Canada actually has seen a lot of organized crime. Relating to, the secessionist forces, organized crime, violence, extremism, they're all very, very deeply mixed up.
India and Canada have been at odds since Sikh independent activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar was shot dead in Vancouver in June. Ottawa says it believes the New Delhi government may have been involved. The row has led to both countries expelling the other's diplomats. Back in Taiwan, Greenpeace says the presidential candidates are failing to tackle the climate crisis. The environmental group has held a demonstration in front of the presidential office in Taipei. It says the renewable energy goals put forward by Taiwan's 4 main candidates are not up to international standards. Per person, Taiwan has one of the highest carbon emission rates in the world. Greenpeace is urging candidates to commit to speeding up the move away from fossil fuels before next year's election.
民众是对于再生能源发展是有高度期待的，希望候选人尽快的回应我们的诉求。
The chips industry is one of Taiwan's strongest, but as it faces a serious talent shortage, the country is looking beyond its borders for help. When Ankit Agarwal decided he wanted to work in the chips industry, he knew he wanted to come to one place to study, Taiwan. He's a 5th-year PhD candidate from India, studying nano-integrated circuits at one of Taiwan's first semiconductor academies.
Because of the TSMC, everybody knows about Taiwan. The semiconductor study is a world-class study, and there are English courses as well. So it was really easy for me to decide on coming to Taiwan.
Chips are one of Taiwan's strongest industries, and as chip giants like TSMC, MediaTek, and other multinationals in the country expand their operations, the sheer demand for talent is a big hurdle.
They are talking about wanting to hire thousands of employees each year, and the university just cannot keep up with the demands.
That's why the government has joined hands with the industrial and educational sectors to launch semiconductor academies, like the ones at National Taiwan University in Taipei and National Tseng University in southern Tainan. They're pumping in resources and expertise to get the next generation up to speed with the latest technology. Through the creation of the Semiconductor Academy, with more partnerships with the government and also industry, they're hoping that students will have more tools and more opportunities to work with machines like this to advance their knowledge. Aside from equipment, the Academy's deans say international students play a key role in the program's success.
I think the most important thing is that we try to enhance our students to have the international competitiveness.
Aside from helping add to Taiwan's much-needed headcount in chip talent, academic leaders say international students also widen their peers' perspectives. And since many of them have come a long way from home to study here, they are extra motivated to learn as much as they can.
Yeah, I want Taiwan. Actually, I have another opportunity in Korea, but I think my only choice would be Taiwan.
In a highly globalized world, and in as interconnected of an industry as semiconductors, fostering skills to collaborate across languages and cultures are major competitive advantages. And international students naturally have that edge chip firms are looking for. Google has turned 25, and the multinational tech company is celebrating in its signature style. For the occasion, users can see virtual birthday confetti in the popular search engine. In its journey, the global company has branched out from being just a search tool to cover e-commerce, digital advertising, and technology products. The firm also has deep roots in Taiwan. Its latest effort to build 4 undersea cables to connect the country with the rest of the world has generated over 64,000 jobs and about $26 billion in gross domestic product for Taiwan. Thank you for joining us for What's Up Taiwan. If you like our stories, please check us out on social media. Before we go, take a look at hundreds of swimmers competing in a sea race in Senegal. I'm Joyce. Take care and see you next time.